high-profile officials, state elected officials who want to make a name for themselves nationally, are targeting individuals, targeting residents to criminalize their effort to participate in the franchise. Many of the cases that I'm aware of, individuals did not know that they were restricted from voting. That's a failure of the states. That's a failure of Texas. That's a failure of Florida. That's a failure of Tennessee and other states like North Carolina, because the information is unclear. Many of the people who were arrested in August of 22 in Florida as part of the governor's election integrity unit were registered by local officials. Florida did do a significant thing a few years ago in having a ballot measure that reinstated voting rights for over 1 million Floridians. But not everyone's, they didn't re-enfranchise every felony offense in Florida. Homicide and sex offenses were continued to be banned. So people were confused by that, including local election officials who did the work of going into jails and going into marginalized communities to register people, some with felony conviction histories. The number of people in Florida under this election integrity unit sting were confused themselves with why they were sent to arrest and disappear people to jail who seemed to not be in active effort around crime breaking, but were being charged with and arrested for offenses that happened during the previous election cycle. The reality is that people with felony conviction histories are targeted. They are targeted by state officials who want to make the case that voter fraud is rampant in the country, and because of that, residents with felony convictions histories, and for what we know now, many of them are Black and brown. There are others who don't fit the typical profile. They may have been conservative residents, white residents, but they too have been charged with voter fraud. They too are at risk because of the lack of information that's available to residents with felony conviction histories, the lack of clarity that's made available to residents with conviction histories and what their voting rights are.